Happy Wednesday, everybody. Hello. As you can see, we are all dressed up this week. Why? Because it's been more than a week since our last game, and we missed each other. We felt like dressing up. That's why. Also,
it's been a while.
Muddy, your audio is echoing again, just so you're aware. Let's introduce our lovely players, and we'll get right to it. We'll start with the top left of our screen. It's Soul.
Hello everyone, my name is Soul. I use they them pronouns, and I will be playing Synarch, your inquisitive rogue, your tabaxi inquisitive rogue. Who uses he and they pronouns. And I have nothing to plug yet. Well, actually, wait, I'm gonna be next Monday, 2 Mondays from now, I'll be on Sword and Key playing in a Cypher System game at Book's End, and I'm gonna be one of the stupidest dragon people you've ever seen.
Excellent. Next up, because we have no Alyssa this week, we love you, we miss you, hope you feel better, we're on to Sharmy.
Hi, I'm Sharmy, also known as Captain Sharmy, various places around the internet. I will be playing Aurora Incineratus, the Fire Genasi sorcerer, hot girl, party girlfriend, ? We both use she, her pronouns.
On to Aki.
Hello, I'm Aki, or Kino Feeling Fancy. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm playing Dayu Silverhair, our bunny bard necromancer who also uses she, her pronouns. The only thing I have to plug today is Pathfinder 2E's goodness, Tien Shot character guide just came out. Yes. I wrote on that too. I wrote all the backgrounds. So that means when you're doing character creator, you can, take the background, the gossip now. I did it. I got nosy aunties to be a thing.
This feels like character for you.
Oh yeah. I also got to make 2 backgrounds that were based off of my late grandmother's, so that was very fun. Got to immortalize them that way. If you can guess which ones they are, I will respect you. That's it.
Moving on to Mari.
Hi, hello. I'm Mariana. I also go by Lagrimosa with a 0, and I play Nikita, the Wood Elf Barbarian, and we both go by she, her pronouns.
And last but not least, hello everybody, I'm Mandy, or the Mandy, all over the internet. This is my channel, so I hope you know who I am. We do all the TTRPG things and stuff. You can find me on this channel. You can find me on MagRPG as a regular cast member and GM. You can find me on Talking XP. There's going to be a campaign over there pretty soon, TM. You can find me on soon TM Roll D5, and a lot of other channels as well. Kind of all over the place, maybe a little too all over the place. Sorry, I'm so difficult to follow around, but hey, you get lots of content. And I am your Dungeon Master this evening and every Wednesday evening. So we will get into recapping what happened last session. Okay, I'm awake, I promise. We had professionals last week, where Sin read some letters out that made us all cry, and then refused to send them, because you're a motherfucker. He got an early start to meet us all at the bridge, and kind of left everybody, meet the party at the bridge, and decided to skip out on his 50 gold fine in order to leave the Hallowgate Necropolis. There were apology cakes left behind. Maylin tried to gently stall the party because she was enjoying being seen and heard by everybody in the party. And Rev decided to leave to go after Synarch. They had a good talk. And then the rest of the party caught up and they were able to depart from the Hallowgate Necropolis. On the way, you happened to see a variety of things, but most notably a Cyclops looking around and looking lost, off in the distance away from this road. You later found a trio of lupine eye hunters. They are one of the patrolling guilds that help try to protect travelers across Southmoor because of all of the giant activity and bandit activity and things of that nature. And they asked you if you had seen a Cyclops around, because rumor had it that a Cyclops had lost his flock and was frantically searching around for another one. And as we all know, not all giants, but some giants have a little bit of a hard time with an attention span, or memory, or smarts in general. So, they wanted to find him and help him find his flock before he got distracted and ended up hurting some innocent civilians, because giants. And you all decided to backtrack to meet up with Fragon, that is his name, Fragon the Cyclops, who had lost his sheep and was very upset about it. With the help of Kazuhiko and Sinark, eavesdropping, essentially, through use of comprehend languages, were able to meet this lovely gentleman, and he walked with the party and the hunters away from the area he was in so that the hunters could try to help track down those lost sheep. Hence the name of the last episode, Fragon Flock. Which, thanks to, I believe that was Alyssa who came up with that name, or was it Madi? Oh, it was Aki? You came up with that one? Oh, I thought you came up with the naughty one.
No.
That was somebody else. Okay,
I'm good.
Aki gets all the credit for that. Excuse me.
The naughty one was Alyssa.
The naughty one was Alyssa. I just get the two of you mixed up in my
Typical.
mind.
Evil isn't
You're the
even
same
here,
person,
and
it's
I'm
fine.
still getting flack for it.
My notes also say Aki needs another boulder ASAP /serious. I think that was you talking on mute, and I love that for you.
I was trying to remember why, and then I remembered why, and
You were taunting me. You said you wanted another boulder.
Yep. It's okay. I understand. I know what I've done.
We'll see. I think eventually you ended up camping for the night, because that is where my notes end. But I think you guys camped after that on the roadside. You had some watches. Oh, right, that happened. You all had different talks. And there was some smooching between Kazuhiko and Sinark on their watch, so that was interesting. The bromance is now, I wouldn't call it a romance yet, but it's definitely a bromance now, if it wasn't before. They had a heartfelt talk about family and children and Sin's current predicament in worrying about asking Tani, Rui, and Van to basically be his adopted kids in the future. So they had a heartwarming conversation about that. Other individuals had good talks, others did not. That was kind of the end of it, if I'm not mistaken. Did I miss anything important? No? Okay.
The comet thing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah!
The meteor.
The meteor! I forgot about the meteor.
Rev's siblings coming.
An event happened. There was a cutscene in last episode. I can't believe I forgot that. That's very important. There was a cutscene last episode at which none of the players were present. In which, well, you all saw the comet. But what you didn't see was what happened after it crashed into the earth. Really all I can say is interesting things are on the horizon now that has happened. I love random tables so much. They make stories so interesting and fun for me. Unbeknownst to the rest of the party, some things are happening, and that's all I'm gonna say. But yes, there was a meteor, and yes, there was an impact into the planet, and yes, somebody very bad is the one who found it. So, where you are located at present, you are all not terribly far from Blackade. You could reach it during this particular day, towards the end of the day, but you have like a good, well, with horses, actually, it might be faster. So it depends on what kind of pace you want to go at. I believe it was raining yesterday, because we're technically in the next day. Excuse me.
Yes, the last watch was raining.
So with that being said, I'm gonna roll on the table and we're gonna find out what the weather's looking like. I'm going to use the portal dice. Why? Because the cake is not a lie, it lives in this dice. Oh, that is, this dice hates you all.
I'm used to it.
Yep, this dice hates you guys. Wow, love that for me. Today, the rain is heavier, and there are thunderstorms, and it will be difficult for you to move about in a heavy storm. Why? Because horses don't like thunder, generally speaking. Some don't care, some do. For today, while you are outside in the weather, you have disadvantage on perception checks for sight and hearing. You will have difficulty maintaining open flames, which is not something you really have to worry about because you have the hut. So just be aware that those are the features of the day. Maybe I'll feel nice and roll again for the weather in a little bit.
Aurora is absolutely miserable. Her hair is flickering.
But you wake up in the hut. Those of you who did not have the last watch. The sky has lightened ever so slightly, as it does even on a stormy day, but it is quite dark. It seems that this homecoming of sorts is looking grim as of this morning. What is everybody doing this morning before you head out into the storm?
Since Sin and Kazu had last watch, I think Sin is like trying to, Sin is half drenched. Like his hood is like sticking to like the top of his head, and he is just trying to like get, trying to keep the horses from being spooked. And like you just sort of see small man trying to calm big horses.
Yeah, let's see what the disposition of the horses is like right now. Okay, not too bad. They seem to be pretty calmed by your presence. They seem to be well-trained horses. And so they don't seem to be too overly fussy.
Radical.
What I will say is, at times, if the weather becomes more extreme, it may require animal handling checks to make sure that they will obey and stay and not run. But as of right now, things are fine.
Awesome.
It's just miserable outside.
Understandable.
Is there a role I could make? Is there a role I could make where maybe if I would know, I don't know, any like caves or something like that in the area that might be better, like if we move temporarily, so that way the horses have some form of overhead shelter, and then in theory we could summon the hut again, like right by it. It's just a bit safer for the horses, I feel, less likely to get spooked. I don't know.
So I guess my question is, are you planning to stay put somewhere today because of the weather? There's no wrong answer, I'm just asking. You can certainly look for a cave or something. I would take survival checks from both yourself and probably Kazuhiko.
That's my suggestion if we
Okay.
don't want to risk travel.
Well, I was
'Cause I
told that
feel like-
Revelation is pouting, so you guys can make the decisions today.
Yeah. Because I feel, I don't know. I don't care. We want to keep moving. We can. I'm more so worried about the people not trained in animal handling having to handle a horse during a thunderstorm. I don't know. Do you take fall damage falling off a horse? I feel like you fucking should.
It's
Maybe a
less than
small
10
amount.
feet.
It's less than 10 feet, so really the most that's getting hurt is probably your pride and maybe like a d4 of damage.
Have you seen people falling off horses? They get hurt bad sometimes.
Yeah, but it depends on how they land and whether they get stepped on. So those are different scenarios to simply falling off of a horse. But yes, it is painful. I say, speaking from experience.
Yeah.
It is, you would probably, if you fell off a horse and nothing else bad happened to you, you would take some damage, yes. A very small amount. Yeah, you don't need full immersion.
I just want to know how much immersion we're getting. Okay,
we're not gonna get
horses are so
quite
pretty.
that immersed because I don't care enough to give you damage for trivial things like falling on your ass, unless it's deserved. Looks at Zinark.
I had climb speed. I'm so mad.
You did have climb speed, and we both forgot about it.
Yeah,
it shows
but
how
listen,
often we
it's
use
fine. Yeah, Jesus, but it's okay. It was great. I still love that bit a lot.
It was very fun. So yeah, up to you guys. Kazuhiko will defer to whatever the party wants.
I think Sen would say like, let's see if it lightens up. Like we can go a little bit of a distance to see if like how we'll handle it, how everyone goes, and if we can't handle it, we'll find some shelter. He seems much more like level-headed today.
Gee, I wonder why.
You had two
You would think
good
that he'd be
talks.
more distracted today, honestly. But
It's the rain. It's keeping you cool. If it were dry,
You'd be doomed.
Awful.
Doomed. Okay, so sorry, I have a little fidget. It's like a little potion with a dice in it. Anyway, it's my new obsession right now. Kazu will kind of like nod and say, "That sounds like a fair enough course of action. Is anybody opposed?"
Not really.
All right, then let's go. You are going to look for a cave to kind of hang out until the storm passes a little bit. Am I understanding that right? Okay, go. Great. I will take, you either can both roll survival, both you, Dayu, and Kazuhiko, or you can give Kazuhiko advantage, because survival is his thing.
I'll
Up
give
to you.
Kazuhiko advantage.
yeah, I was like, why not? Why not?
Sure. Okay. Do-do-do. Okay. That is... Getting used to this dice. 24. So he did very well. Okay, cool. You are able to locate, it's not quite a cave, it's more of like a hill with like a little bit of a hollow underneath it rather than a full-on cave. But it does give you like solid shelter from the rain and elements and all of that. The crevice that you are hiding in is suspiciously boulder-shaped. Like, perhaps a large rock was pulled from this hillside and ripped away at some point in time. So there's some roots kind of hanging down from the ceiling, and the earth isn't like naturally dug out. It's kind of like fucked up and like it, was ripped. Something was ripped away. But it's stable and is blocking you from the rain. So you're gonna stay here for a few hours and see what passes. All right. If you want the weather to change, if you want to wait for the weather to change, which is normally something I only do once per day, in terms of you get what you get for the day, if you will give me a luck die, I will re-roll the weather.
I will happily give you...
All right.
All of us or one person?
One of you.
I will happily give you one of my luck die.
All right. Oop. That doesn't count because it landed outside of the thing. I threw it the wrong direction, and I didn't look at the result. Okay.
Okay. We now have 4 instead of 5.
That is... Oh. Excellent. Hour or 2 passes, and somewhere into the 3rd hour, the storm begins to dissipate, and eventually you start to see clouds parting, and the sun beginning to filter through in different shafts of light. I believe those are called crepuscular rays. Ooh, your vocabulary word of the day. And just kind of shine down in different golden rays of light hitting the ground in the distance, and you can see that the storm is fading away. It is now partly cloudy, not with a chance of meatballs, I promise, and the storm seems to be moving away off in towards the sea, the Hraketh Sea. So it is past, so you don't need rain sounds anymore, although it is very pleasant. There we go. I don't remember if this is rain or not, but that's okay. So you are able to leave and get back onto the road.
Perfect.
I would like to once again state that I have the ugliest horse and I'm very, very happy with him.
Okay. None of them are ugly, but...
No, I wanted an ugly one.
Okay.
He used to be a racehorse.
Are retired racehorses ugly? I don't know much
so.
about horses.
No, they're not. Aki is just literally insane. I'm
getting.
And do they raise horses in the necropolis? Like...
I am giving my horse a backstory. I was giving my horse. Do you remember Kaffa? I will give horses backstories.
I remember
if I
Kaffa.
Can. I give
yes.
all. Yes.
But everybody will learn about Kaffa soon, TM.
One day.
2025.
Okay.
Okay, well, I just rolled for your random encounter for the day, and this is fantastic. I am living.
Folder?
Oh my God.
I love this.
I'm ready.
You travel, and you are on the road. Does anybody have anything they want to say or do while you are on the road before we get to the other things?
I think I just would want a refresher. Sorry, on who's on what horse. Again,
So much
and what
pressure
it looks
about
like
the fucking
again.
horse. Yeah. I didn't describe any of y'all's horses. I just said you got horses, generic horses. Here you go.
Valid. But one per
And then
person.
Yes.
Yeah,
All
no,
right.
that's-
Monty wasn't
that's
here
it.
last session. You were able to get horses. You retrieved them. There has been no descriptions about any of them. I just know Nikita has the biggest horse. Okay.
Horse.
Of
Makes
course.
sense.
I'm the only one who gave my horse character. My horse is ugly, and and old, and I call him Charles.
Okay, Charles.
Sin has a pony instead of a horse. Because he is so small.
Oh my god.
Of fucking course you do.
Aurora has a horse because it's a horse. She's simply been given a horse. That's what she's known. Every time she's needed a horse, she's simply received a horse.
I love that this has become a bit. Okay, you all have horses. We're establishing that and leaving it alone now.
Yeah.
Taunt.
Yeah, valid.
Yes,
we gotta
you
hold
can-
our horses.
You can give your horse a backstory all you want. It has no bearing on the story. Do whatever you want. Whatever makes you happy.
Mine has a family back home.
Yeah, you've got the Budweiser Clydesdale horse.
Yes!
The biggest fucking horse. That's very American of us.
That's all I could have ever asked for, I'm not gonna lie.
You've got just the biggest fucking horse you could possibly have, because
Oh, yeah.
you're a big, strong lady, and you need a big, strong horse. Look at my horse is amazing. Anyway,
We're so good at this, guys.
yeah, we're professionals, clearly.
Yep.
Professional dungeon master, professional TTRPG performers and GMs all in this stream. We're so super professional.
I'm professionally confused.
That's also in character for Aurora, so.
There's
All
a ugliest horse.
All right, no more horse.
contest.
I'm moving you along.
gonna
No
find
more,
it
no
later.
more horse. And we're moving on. You travel throughout the day. Several hours pass into the afternoon. The weather holds. It is not too bad. In the distance, you do see what looks to be evidence of like campfire smoke ahead. More than one. And eventually, as you get closer and closer to the region of Terra, the region of Southmore, known as Blackade, you are not terribly far away from Blackade, but you don't see it quite yet. You are reaching a point in the road where it branches off towards the Greenfields Farm region, which is off to the far east in Southmore, next to the border of the Amaria Wilds. And right before you reach that branch off of the road, you pass by this hilly area that you were traveling next to. You see in the distance a man, elderly, dressed in rags. He is standing by the side of the road. Looks like he doesn't even have shoes. And he is standing off to the side of the road. And he says, "Hail, travelers! Please, could you help an old man?"
What does our environment look like? Is it like empty, open?
It's pretty
Hidden nooks, crannies.
open field area. There are hill lands off to your right, towards the east. But if you want to make a perception check and
Yes.
see what is around, I will take that from the party. I'll take perception checks from everybody.
My modifier?
Is the disadvantage gone because we waited?
The disadvantage is gone because the weather has changed. Correct. Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
18.
Okay.
So this is in the split second when we hear him.
Yes, you are doing
Okay.
perception checks as you were rolling up on this man. Okay. Kazu.
17.
24.
Okay. Did anybody get less than a 16? Nobody.
No.
Okay. Excellent. Perfection. So we'll go around. Nikita, what are you trying to spot about the situation? What are you looking for?
I'm looking for some signs of a trapper, like for example, like a place. If there's any places that people could potentially hide from, or if there's like maybe extra tracks that might not match them, things like that.
Okay.
Signs of dragging.
What was your roll again?
18.
You see nothing of the sort. He appears to be a man down on his luck and is asking for help. Dayu, what are you looking for?
Yesterday in my stream, I got jumped. So I am looking for
The same thing.
basically the same thing.
Okay. Who else is looking
like,
for
this
bandits and
is-
traps? Nobody? Just the two of you? Okay. You see no signs of a trap. whatsoever. Aurora, what are you looking for?
Looking to see if this man looks friendly, or like creepy, dangerous. Just to trying to see like does it really seem like he's down on his luck and he's wandered here, or maybe are there signs of a more nefarious, hidden motive? Or I guess it would be based on like his outfit, his bearing, more than his actual surroundings.
Okay. What I can tell you, again, dressed in rags. Dude doesn't even have shoes. He's dirty. He's got a cut on his cheek. He doesn't seem to have like too many like accoutrement on him, like not a lot of stuff. He doesn't have a bag or anything like that. He's got what looks to be like a very meager walking stick that literally is just like a stick. It's not a staff. It's actually kind of thin, probably a little too thin to be using as a walking implement, but he's relying on it pretty heavily. Yeah, so he's not looking great. He looks like he's down on his luck. Sin, what are you looking for?
I want to see if I can tell from where I am if my boots that I bought in Blackade might fit this man.
Let's roll for it. Yeah, they look like they could. They look like they could fit.
Yeah, so Sin saw this guy and said he heard help, and because of the mood that he's in, this very good, like hopeful mood, he immediately starts like riding up towards him, and says, "Hey, how can we help?"
So you ride up. Everybody else can follow at their leisure if they wish. And he says, well, I was robbed and left for dead by these bandits. I am trying to get to Blackade. But as you can see, and he motions to himself, I'm having a bad day.
Yeah.
I accidentally switched to the Kazuhiko voice, sorry. I'm having a bad day! It's not looking good. And, you know, I don't look it, but I am a wizard, but I'm slightly out of spell slots. As I was trying to capture the bandits, but doing it by myself at my age is not exactly easy. I am, you can see, he's old. I am far beyond my adventuring days, but if you could help me get to Blackade, that would be most helpful.
Yeah, Sinark, looks, back at everyone and is like, do you know how to ride a pony?
He is like a little old man. He's a human man, but he's like hunched over.
Yeah, like that's
and
why he's asking. Like, are you able to? Sorry, not do you know how? Are you able to ride a horse at this time?
I think with a little help, I could do it. Yes.
Okay. And Sin scoots up in his saddle, and is like, wait, hold on, and he takes off his boots. Like, he gets down from the horse, he takes off his boots, and he's like, I think these might fit you.
Okay. Yeah, he'll take the boots and say, "Oh, thank you, kind sir. I very much appreciate your generosity." And he will put the boots on. At this point, Kazu gets down from his horse and like actually helps the old man up into the saddle. And you can also get up on the horse as well. And yeah, he doesn't stink or anything, but he does kind of smell like an old person. You know how old people do. And you definitely smell blood on him. Like, he has that cut that you could see visibly. So he's definitely wounded in some way or another.
Oh, do you require healing?
That would be nice, yes. If you don't mind.
Okay. I have to touch you though. Are you okay with that?
He nods. Yeah, sure.
Okay. Just gonna do the first level cure wounds, and I do get an extra d6 for that.
Yep, you do.
So, yeah, just letting you know. Oh god, he about to be a spry chicken.
He about to be a spry chicken. Those are words that
Spry
were said
fucking chicken.
today on this stream.
Someone please
Holy shit.
capture that, actually.
I rolled max on both.
Excellent.
He's the spryest fucking chicken. What's that?
Yeah, this man has been healed. He
18.
He gets younger by like 10 years. And no, I'm just kidding. You can see the wound on his cheek kind of closes up, and there is still a little bit of like dried blood where it was, but the cut is now gone. You really fully like absolutely help this man. You continue onwards. You can make small
as
talk
we're
with him.
heading out.
Huh? Yeah.
As we're heading out, Aurora does say, "Hi, I'm Aurora. I don't have to touch you in order to help you be clean if you like wanted that to happen."
He kind of looks at you, and he says, if it's not too much trouble, that would actually be nice, although," and he kind of like waves his hand and prestidigitates a little bit, because it's a
That's what I
cantrip.
was gonna do.
He kind of smiles a little bit tiredly, at you, and says, "Yes, I've been doing this for a fair amount of time, but it's been a long day, and I wasn't exactly thinking of being." He kind of loses his train of thought a little bit. Clean, particularly.
So you really are a wizard. I just.
Yes. Was there?
What else do you do?
What else do I do? Well, that is an excellent question, my child. And he will. Here, I will show you. Excuse me.
Suddenly, we get fireballed.
Sorry, I'm trying to find like the default things for the school of magic that he follows. Yes. Yes. I'm just gonna open up the spell list, honestly. Dude is, I wouldn't say, like, I wouldn't say he's, like, super duper crazy, magical.
He's not level 20.
He's not level 20, no. You can see in his hand, after he asks you that, or you ask him that, rather, he kind of opens his palm, and from his palm manifests, like, little dancing lights that kind of fan out ahead above the party. So he has like little cantrips and stuff he can do, and he says, "Oh, I have these little cantrips right now, but all of my other spells have been exhausted for the day. But I can do more than this on a normal day. I just need a little bit of rest, and I should be fine."
Fair, but you should probably also, like, save your, spells for, like, if you're on the road by yourself, because you got robbed before, so...
Well, considering it just happened today and I spent those spell slots trying to defend myself, didn't help much, did it?
You should learn how to do lightning. That's what I can do. And she'll like spark up her hands.
He will, he'll smile a little bit, but when you're basically like, yeah, I know you got robbed and beat the fuck up, but you probably should learn how to do some lightning. Like, he just kind of...
Simple solution.
He just kind of nods a little bit. Thank you for, wrong voice. Thank you for the advice, I appreciate it. And he kind of makes a little bit of a face. So you all continue on in your companionate way, unless, you know, anybody wants to drill this poor man for more information.
I do.
Okay.
What's your name?
Oh, how rude of me. You may call me Voneth.
Hi, Bonnet.
Did I tell you my name? Did I just take off my
No.
shoes and give them to you?
Yes,
My name
you
is
did.
Sinark.
But I'm in no
Yeah, I'm the
position
only
to
one with
refuse.
any manners.
I'm in no position to refuse some shoes, if you know what I mean.
Got the Nike breeze.
Yeah, he's like, dude is like in his 80s. He's fucking old. Yeah. So you all have introductions and continue on your way. Were you going to ask him more questions, Dayu? As you're riding in the direction of Blockade?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's most of it is like really small, simple talk. Like, you know, introducing myself, talking about my horse, other things like that. And then
The horse.
Dayu might ask, so were you on your way to Blockade or were you coming from Blockade?
I was on my way there. To help with the rebuilding efforts. Not sure if you're familiar, but the city unfortunately fell.
We were there.
You were there. Do you know what did it?
I mean, why not warn him, right?
He's old, he might know. Do
Yeah.
you know what the festering is?
He kind of makes a little bit of a face, like he's thinking, like, what the fuck? He rolled very high. No, I've not heard of such a thing. What is the festering?
I'm not sure where they come from, but they're messy. Their bodies are kind of like made out of tar. They kind of burn everything. It's very on-site attack. And they come in all shapes and sizes.
Commanded by a strange burning night.
His face gets very serious while he's listening to you say all this. That is very grave indeed. You see, I am from Southmore, but I reside in Fouchus. My daughter is in Blockade, assuming she is still alive. And that is why I'm on my way there.
Hope she's well.
I do too. So you are saying that these monsters, this night, destroyed the city. For why? Do you know?
No.
It seems I have my work cut out for me indeed. He just kind of makes like his face kind of scrunches up, like he's like, this is a mystery now. Which one of you rolled the highest on your perception checks earlier?
I rolled a 24.
I rolled a 21.
Not higher than that.
Sorry.
Hold, please. Hold, please. I must consult the lore.
The Lord.
In there.
In the name of the lore.
In the name of the lore. Okay. This is... Excuse me. I guess I have to consult the written lore, the physically written lore.
Oh.
There is a symbol on his jacket, and I want to know if you recognize it or not. Yes. You notice...
Yes, I recognize it.
You notice it is... Yes, you do. It is... You didn't clock it at first. And I will tell you why. Because his clothes are ragged. Like something happened to his clothing. Like perhaps it wasn't quite like that before. But his clothes are like dirty and ripped, and there's a little bit of blood, and like some of it's gone away because he prestidigitated some of it. And there's cuts in the fabric, like he got cut up. Which you no longer really see evidence of aside from the clothing itself because you healed him and the prestidigitation. But what you see on kind of like near like his chest, but almost like part of like a fold of the jacket that he, like the robe that he's wearing, like made to not necessarily be seen typically, is cut down the center, but he moves in such a way that you see this stitched shape come together just enough that you recognize what it is. And it is a symbol of crossed swords with an eye just above the cross and the swords. It is the symbol of the unsleeping eye.
Like the one that we have the book for?
Correct.
And Daiu's the one who sees this.
Daiu sees this.
Yeah.
While
Sin's
you are
probably,
conversing,
like, on
while
the
you
back.
are conversing with this man, that is what you see.
Oh, that's an interesting symbol on your shirt.
He kind of looks down and sees that it is visible and kind of adjusts a little bit. Nothing to be worried about. Just a
That the
design.
unsleeping eye?
You say that to him?
Yes. I want to see what happens.
Let me...
We're about to get jumped by an old man who is lying about his spell slots. Let's see.
I was gonna say, here's the fireball.
you say, so tell me again what the exact words you said were.
Is that the unsleeping eye?
He kind of looks at you, a little bit and says, I am not sure what you mean.
Oh. Don't worry. I'm a bard. Read all sorts of books. His music does not help me with what I am trying to convey is laid back and chill. Instead,
Yeah.
it helped with my monotone anonymousness. Anonymous, that's ominous. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah?
Yeah, I will say all of this out loud.
Okay. He just kind of brushes it off and doesn't get irate. He also, despite you knowing better, doesn't give you any indication of suspicion or hostility or anything like that. He just brushes it off, says he doesn't know what it means, and says nothing else about it. If you continue to push, however, that might be a different story.
Nah, I'm gonna leave it where it's at, but
Yeah.
I've said it to the party, so the party knows.
Yeah.
That's the vibe.
Oh, Sin is buzzing now. Sin is buzzing with like, I want to say something. It's so awkward because again, like, I think Sin is behind this man to help
No,
him.
you're in front of this man.
Yeah. So he's just like, so he can just feel the questioning energy of like,
no.
I want to say something. Oh, I want to ask something. But he's trying so hard not to say anything.
God, I love these dice. They're so fucking cool. Anyway, there's also, here, I'm gonna be squirrely for just a second. There's also a little companion cube inside of the D6. My buddy.
That's
anyway,
Sweet.
I love Portal. I have a problem. Yeah, so you continue onwards. If you don't push any more, great. We're gonna fast forward a little bit.
I have like a question I would like to ask above
Yeah,
table.
absolutely.
Didn't we, when we found a body a while ago,
Mm-hmm.
what exactly did we find on that body again? I'm trying to remember exactly. It's been so long.
So the body of the wizard you found out to the west, is an individual who was kind of scorched up, and he had hidden amidst his clothing a scroll tube, and inside of the scroll tube was a hidden, mysterious kind of message that was something of what seemed to be some kind of a riddle or just a weirdly described thing, so that whoever was intended to read it would know what it was, but anybody else who read it wouldn't. And it was implied that there was something in the Undercity that needed to be found by that individual who was dead when you found them.
Right, okay.
And then there was evidence of fire and scorch marks on the ground around his body and things like that.
Okay.
You guys never followed that thread, but it... yeah. This gentleman is wearing different type of robes, if that's the direction you're going in. He's got dark gray robes on, where the individual, the body that you found out to the west was wearing red robes.
Okay.
Not that necessarily means anything in particular, but they're not dressed the same.
Right. We also did find that information of the Unsleeping Eye, right? In the Undercity Library.
So what you found was a handbook of the Unsleeping Eye from Valdin.
From Valdin.
Who is rumored to... actually, I don't know if you found that rumor or not. Never mind.
Okay.
Of the Unsleeping Eye.
Okay.
Yep.
Just asking because I know it's been a while. So
no, it's great. It's great that it's been a while. It's great that you are asking these questions. Maybe that will come up again in the future, but not with this individual. Okay. So you are well on your way. It does not take terribly much longer towards because of the mud on the roads, and it's slightly, I'm not gonna say, oh, it's difficult terrain. It's slightly more difficult terrain than it would be normally. It is slightly slower going than you would normally expect on horseback because of the prior weather. However, a little bit before dinner time, you see ahead of you the place where Blackade once stood. You see some buildings were spared. Many of the walls of the city have been rebuilt, so you see new like log walls where it was before with the points at the top. But as you reach the gates and you start to see in past like the gates, it is guarded. You're just kind of walking up the road to this place. You could see even prior to that point that the skyline that you saw before, of this pretty large bustling town, we call it a city, but it's really just a big town, that there's much less in terms of buildings. And as you get closer to the gate and you can see inside past the walls of Blackade, many buildings are just completely gone. There are a lot of tents. There's a lot of temporary kind of shanty style, like places for shops and things like that. The Silken Fox seems to be largely unscathed, although there are some scaffolding around the building. So perhaps it sustained some damage during the attack. And other notable buildings, such as the tower, remain untouched. One of the temples was damaged. Actually, I can tell you precisely which one. Let's go to the map. I have to open up Blackade, the page for Blackade. You find that the tower is intact. The Temple of Cinna is somewhat damaged. House of the Hammer Fallen, which is the temple of Barros Unfurl, that building was quite damaged. And the pit, the Temple of Irasil, was also damaged. None of the temples have fallen, however. The headquarters that you saw previously for the Sentinels of the Waste is quite damaged. It's practically unlivable. There's a lot of scaffolding around that, so there's nobody going in and out of that building. The Blackade Guardworks building definitely sustained quite a bit of damage, and you can see that there are tents next to the Guardworks headquarters, where the guards are working out of. It looks like a lot of people are living in tents right now. Where there were once buildings and houses and shops is blackened ground. Most of the town completely burned down in the attack. And you notice that there are not as many people. Significantly less people than there were before. And as you approach the gates, two Sentinels of the Waste in their green and black uniforms will halt you at the gate. Hail, travelers! Well met! What is your business today?
We're bringing a gentleman here who fell upon by bandits.
They will converse. They'll converse with the old man and kind of help him down from the horse, and converse with him and kind of send him in a particular direction. As you listen to them conversing, you learn that he is here to investigate what happened. And he explains that he was, attacked by bandits and had many of his things stolen. As is very obvious, he has no stuff on him. And if he came here from Fouchus, it's quite a ways away to be traveling with nothing on you. No bags, no pouches, no belt, none of those things. And so the guards converse with him and give him directions to where he needs to go. And before he does, he turns to you all. And he says, "Well, now that I've had a little bit of rest, I should like to repay your kindness." And
Thanks.
he will, if you allow him to, cast a spell. I need to figure out
Yeah,
where
what's
that,
it look like?
I need to figure out where that spell is. Excuse me for just a second.
All good.
I need to find. Do.
This is a boulder spell. Am I about to get got?
Yeah, you're gonna get crushed by a boulder. Absolutely. No, it's not that. I'm trying to find it. It is a buff
Fire
thing.
boulder.
It's a nice buff thing. And I just need to find it. I don't remember what the spell was. I should have put it on the random encounter table. And I did not. He will cast something that makes you all feel a little more invigorated, a little more lively, kind of like a relaxing sort of effect. I am blanking on which spell it was I was thinking of, but I'm just gonna make something up. He makes you all feel well rested. So any spell slots that you have spent today have been restored.
Nice.
Not the same as a long rest, but your spell slots are now revamped. Because I don't feel like searching for the spell. So you get a different benefit. Equally good. He bids you a fond farewell and heads off into the town, what's left of it. It's really a shanty town at this point. The guards turn to you. Just passing through, you said? Do you plan on staying for a long time? Accommodations are a little tight.
No, we're on our way to... I forgot the name of the place.
The Vale.
The Vale. Well, any of the Mistlost are welcome here. If you wish to converse and do any business or have any questions, please let us know. He motions to his uniform. Anyone dressed in the black and the green can help you. Any of the guards can help you. They're dressed in like a different uniform, and he'll describe that. Please let us know if there is anything that you need.
Were
Thank
you
you.
by Hallowgate?
Sorry?
Is there already help coming from the necropolis?
They kind of look confused at each other. Granted, it has only been a couple of days since you saw Lord Hallowgate, and it takes time to mobilize troops and aid.
Yeah, because he doesn't really get like that the waste. He's like, is the waste?
Oh, you saw them before. You saw them before.
Okay.
Yeah, no, to clarify, the Sentinels of the Waste were present at Blackcade previously.
Got you. Sorry.
They
then.
are, no, it's quite alright. They are essentially a guild. They're self-appointed monster hunters, and they help to protect the people of Southmoor. They're basically the other version of the Lupine Eye Hunters, but they're more fighters and guards than hunters. But they're like mercenaries that hunt monsters and have like a just cause and want to protect the people as well. And they often work in conjunction with the oh my god, it's been so long since you guys have been to Blackade. It's the guards, the Blackade Guard Works, excuse me.
It was literally last year. Don't worry about it.
I mean, I literally just said the name a short while ago and I already forgot. So yeah, they work in conjunction together. Yes, it was over 20 episodes ago. How dare I not have all of my lore memorized?
Really?
Um,
I know, I'm the worst. I'm the worst GM ever. That's why I didn't win the critical force.
Don't you dare.
Oh,
No,
shut up.
fucking
Don't you
my
dare.
Goodness.
We'll
Don't
find
yell at
you.
me! Don't yell at me! I'm joking. It's fine. I'm fine. Honestly, super happy to have been nominated. I'm not salty about it at all. It was a great time. Cool. So, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, you were let into the gate and given free roam. Yeah, the only familiar building other than the temples is the Silken Fox.
Sin does look back at the party and is like, do we want... I mean, we can dry our clothes with magic. Do we want to stop by Kazuhiko? You know, I know that you had a connection to this place. Do you want to check it on people before we move on? Or...
He kind of, like, looks at you like, what do you mean I have a connection to this place? He says, I mean, my hunters and I used to stay there quite often, but I'm not particularly attached to this place. It's usually just a nicer place to stay here. If you have business there, he looks at you. We could stop if you wish. My understanding was
we're
all of
right-
you had
I mean-
quite a bit of fun at the Silken Fox last time.
I'm a very kind man gave me a
Was kind of nice.
shift weave.
Mm. You did get shiftweave from a hot drunk old man.
Yeah.
There's a lot of beautiful shifters here, but
Absolutely.
I
Honestly.
think I got other things to focus on today.
Oops, I spelled my own city name wrong.
I feel like we should also maybe not take resources in such a crucial time. So camping on our own might be a good idea.
Should we actually tell them that at some point the Necropolis will send aid?
Yeah, I think that would be wise, but maybe just on our way out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we should tell them so they have something to look forward to and to expect.
Mm-hmm.
They did give you directions. You're obviously having this conversation, but prior to, they did give you directions as to where to stable your horses if you're going to stay here. And you can take your horses to what is basically like there's like stables, but they're not like nice. They're kind of like recently rebuilt. But you're able to put up your horses there and, you know, pay whatever it costs for that. We can hand wave that. It's not very expensive. And you are now on foot.
Yeah, I
As-
think.
I'm sorry, go ahead. No, you please go ahead.
Oh, I really want to hand wave it away, but like Sin is just like Sin wants to go look for some feed for the horses and some rations to take on the next part of the journey.
The feed for the horses is included in the cost of stabling them. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep. Most stables will provide feed.
radical.
Are we staying for stables or?
Yeah, I thought we were going to progress on and not take resources from this place
Yeah.
and camp on our own instead.
That.
Oh,
Yes, actually.
okay. So you don't want to
That-
stable your horses. Okay.
That's what was.
Sorry,
Yeah.
that went over my head. My bad. Yeah, no, you don't have to stable your horses. I was just saying that that's an option if you don't want to deal with figuring out where the horses go while you're here. But if you're gonna camp,
Is there anything
in the city.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask if there's anything people wanted to do here before I think we leave for the evening.
Although, arguably, not paying for the stables does take away resources from the city because they need money. So, just putting that out there. You don't have to. Yeah, you can camp while you're in the city walls. It's just, you know... This place is full... I feel like I haven't illustrated well enough. This place is all tents. There isn't gonna be a place for you to put the horses other than the stable unless you stay outside of the city. So it's totally up to you. If you want to ride around on the horses through the town and like do whatever your business is and then go camp outside of the town, you can definitely do that.
I think why I'm asking is because what business do we have here? Because
that's
like,
what
is there
Yeah,
anything
do you?
people want to do at all?
Nope.
I think not.
Yeah, so I
Unless we
think-
want to check on anybody, but I don't really think if Silken Fox is up, I mean,
Yeah.
that's really the only thing we really.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
That
can
was
you can
my-
move on if you don't want to stay here. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's
Wait!
completely up to you.
Wait! Is Cygnus the Thigness here?
Cygnus,
Yes!
Cygnus Corduroy?
Yeah!
Yeah.
His
Is he okay?
apothecary? We'll have to look.
Hell yeah.
You'll have to
Can
look.
do you guys mind that minute detail? I just want to see if his shop is still up, and then I can be like, Cowboy's alive. And if not, get her done. You know, just like that's
Get her done.
You,
Get out
alright.
of here.
Okay, you move to the main, where the main square once was. Excuse me, sorry. Blah, blah, blah. You move to where the square of Blackade once was. And, oops, I didn't mean to close that tab, god damn it. I hate when that happens. And you find where the... What was the name of the place? I forget. The Desert Flower Apothecary. Yes. Cygnus Corduroy, elderly human man, curmudgeonly, old gentleman. You see that actually pretty much all the buildings that were in the square are gone. There are no buildings. There are only tents and shanty-style stalls. But you do see that there is one stall with a very makeshift version of the desert flower sign. And Cygnus is indeed in the little shanty kind of shack, working away on some potion or another. So he is still alive. He's still there.
That's all I needed to know.
The
worst.
Aurora.
Hey.
Even though your passive perception is terrible, my love, I'm gonna hand wave that.
Shit.
As you are exiting the square, you see a group of people that stand out to you because they are dressed quite nicely compared to everyone else. And you see a familiar face across the square. A gentleman who you are familiar with. Actually, no, you're not. You don't remember him at all. But he stands out to you. A shifter fox man with black ears and a black tail. Sharp features, sharp eyes, looks a little dangerous. Moving with a group of mix of people. You can't quite tell if they're all men, all women, a mix of the two. Gender non-conforming individuals. They are wearing cloaks. But he is not. And you notice him because as he moves through the crowd, people get the fuck out of his way. They fall over themselves to get out of his way. And though he is not moving in the party's direction, he seems to be moving with purpose. and he is doing so towards what looks to be like a makeshift building. It's built, but you can tell it's freshly built. A large building, and the sign over it, something about like a town office or what have you, where whoever presides over the town might work out of in terms of an office. And I will just say that is what you spot. It stands out to you because people of note often do stand out to Aurora.
And I will comment, Aurora will say as she watches him clearing a path through the townsfolk, speaking of hot shifters, there goes one now.
Aurora, I would like
And,
for
like,
you...
indicates him to others.
I would like for you to roll me I would like a wisdom saving throw from you, please.
Oh boy. Interesting. Oh, I can't read that. Oh, a 19.
Excellent. This is funny to me. You can feel the blood coursing through your veins. You can feel the pull of a memory lost. Do you want to pull on the thread?
Yeah.
You feel this silver thread in your mind. It's fraying on the ends. Because you've become stronger since you were last here. You are more in tune with yourself. You are more in tune with magic. And when you pull on that thread in your mind, something unravels. And you remember everything that happened with Ichiro the last time you were here. It comes flooding back into your mind. The fear, the intrigue, the threats, everything. You remember it all.
Aurora grabs for the person closest to her, which I will assume is Nikita, and like rather than the gentle and saucy touches that she's been receiving over the past few days, it is like her nails dig in. She grips her arm and pulls her to a stop. Says, wait.
Immediately, Nikita is gonna try to look for where Aurora's looking. What's up? What happened?
Hang on. And she's gonna point at Dayu and message her that shifter, he asked about you before, when we were here before, and he wanted to know why you were here and thought it was interesting, and I don't know why I forgot. I just forgot about the entire time, but he asked about you, and now I don't know what that means, but I feel like it's not good. And probably you got a barrage of messages into your head with that amount of words, but that is what you get.
My ears are like, what the fuck? And I think, like in the middle of it, I'm just gonna come over to take your like other hand, because you're clearly freaking out in my head. And just kind of like hold your hand or something like that, and just be like, slow down, big breaths, deep breaths.
Okay.
He did what to you?
I don't know exactly. But I now remember looking back that there was something missing from that night. And what was missing was a conversation with him and some kind of something to make it easier for me to talk. And I think that many of the questions were about you and where we were coming from and why. And I think I said more than was allowed.
Okay.
Kazu, does he look familiar?
You asked Kazu this?
Yes.
He looks and sees this group of people and
His name was Ichiro, I think.
Ichiro. You ask that question, and he looks and sees this individual from across the way. And he kind of like squints a little bit, like, where have I seen this guy before? And he thinks for a second and he goes, he looks kind of familiar, but I don't know him. Would you like me to go find out?
I think he knows you're with us, or at least something about your connection with Dayu, or the dead girl as he called her.
When you say that, he makes a face like, what the fuck? And we can hand wave this, but he wants you to tell him what you know about this man. And we can hand wave.
I give him the full details of what I recall.
When you give him the description of Ichiro and your encounter with him, he looks disturbed. He does not look happy. And a look of familiarity crosses his face as you describe the way he spoke and the things that he said. Yeah. If this is who I think it is, he may be the owner of the Silken Fox, but based on what you described to me, it sounds as though he might be quite a bit more than that. I'm not going to speculate. I prefer to find things out for myself.
But, we're not all gonna go, right?
No.
I mean,
I'll go
no,
with
you
you.
are not. And no, we are not going to speak to him directly. I suppose it's time to put the Lord hat on. He doesn't look happy about that.
It came off.
Give me an hour. And I will return.
Are you sure you want to go alone?
Yes. Meet me at the gate when you are ready to go. I have some things I need to take care of.
You're sure you don't want that extra muscle?
I am not going to speak to this man. I'm going to speak
Okay.
to my men.
Be safe.
I will.
So
1
safe.
hour.
He,
If you're not back, I will have words.
I will, with Edem as my witness, I will be punctual. And he will give you a little kiss on the forehead. And he will head off. Now, do we want to hand wave this hour? Is there anything you want to do before we move on?
I'm just gonna be comforting
Yeah.
Aurora,
Mhm.
pretty much. But like I think move to the front of the gates. If we're at the front of the gates, we might as well just also let the
Sure.
sentinels know about the help the support that will eventually arrive here.
Yep.
I did want to ask one question above table because I cannot
Yeah.
find it in the notes,
Sure.
but I feel like this was said before.
Sure.
Black foxes are like they have omens or something like that in like shifter culture over here, right?
Not really. Excuse me. Not really. I don't think I made lore specifically around that. I would say black foxes are rare. They're not common. I
not
don't
sure
know
where
if
I-
I'll have to go back and check because it's not in my notes from episode 10. Because it's the last time you saw Ichiro. But I can double check. I'll rewatch the VOD and see if I said anything like that. I don't think so. I think they're just rare. They're not typical.
Okay.
Like, red foxes are the most common. Followed by brown and white and gray. And, like, proper silver is even more rare. So your hour passes by, and Kazuhiko returns, punctual, and looking rather somber. And we will swap back to the normal music. The ambient sound of people talking and milling about, and crackling of open fires just kind of fill you, and you realize that, you know, this isn't the same town that you were in before. It's not the bustling, burgeoning city it was. It lacks music in the air. It lacks laughter. The people here are worn down and tired. And the population is, whether from deaths during what happened during the attack from the Festering, or people fleeing the area after the attack, the survivors perhaps, maybe left this place in droves. But the city is not much anymore. Where it was a hub in the midst of the middle of Southmoor, one of the strongest trade route areas from the Vale of Night to Southmoor, is no more. And the weight of that kind of sits on your shoulders a little bit as you remember everything that happened. And though you know there was nothing you could do to stop it, I imagine it's something you all have thought about quite a bit in the time since it has only been a few weeks since that happened. Feels like forever ago, but when you think about it, it's barely been a month. A little over a month. Kazuhiko joins you all at the gate. And you're able to leave Blackade to go find a place to camp for the night. Does anybody have anything they want to do before you exit the gates to the town?
No.
You know,
If we could have this conversation outside, then
yeah, conversation
100%.
outside. But actually, while we were waiting for like that hour, could I have done like a quick little spirit check? Because
Yeah, absolutely.
last time we were here on the night of the attack, I kind of grabbed every motherfucker in this area.
You did.
And then some, and technically made the Sentinel do its job.
Yes, you did make sentinels, well, one sentinel show up.
Yeah, a very special friend.
Very special friend.
Yeah, I'm not summoning them or anything like that.
Maybe you'll smooch them in the future. You never know.
That motherfucker is
Enemies
gonna
to
hate me
lovers.
so bad that they're gonna want to kiss me, and they won't even know
yeah.
what to do about that. It'll make them
Exactly.
look stupid.
Oh man.
Enemies to lovers.
Yeah. Enemies to lovers. You do a quick spirit check. You're looking around while you're walking through the town. You're looking around as you leave town. There are definitely spirits here, all manner of spirits, but not nearly as many as there were. It seems that some of the ones that you're seeing now are new.
And I don't see anyone that suspiciously looks like our old man friend, right? No dead daughters over here, right?
You can give me, I will take, I'll take a, I don't know, perception check.
Damn, don't be a dead daughter, please. 22.
Oh, I just yeeted my dice, hold on.
That's what I did when I first picked it up.
Neat. You rolled a what again?
22.
You don't see any spirits that resemble the wizard that you met earlier today. Not in your vicinity or anywhere that you have looked. So, food for thought. So you exit the town, and you head to a location I assume nearby to camp for the night. Arguably, you could, if you wanted, push to the Veil of Night and get there before it gets too late at night. Because remember, Blackade is only a few hours outside of the Veil of Night.
I say we go for it.
Push
You wanna
it.
push? Okay.
To the limit.
We're gonna hand wave this next little bit unless there's anything you want to do on the road, on the way. Okay.
Cry.
Cry. Yes. Seeing Ichiro again and remembering everything after pulling on that thread that came ever so slightly undone in your mind because of your power increasing. It was very emotional, I would imagine, for Aurora. Though he did not hurt you, per se, he took away your agency, and that's scary. And did so in a very cruel way. You continue down the road, and eventually you reach the edge of the barrier of night, where you know there is an entrance into the veil. And as you approach the area where you initially entered, or rather exited, I should say, the Veil of Night, you are approached by a druid and several Veil Guard. who recognize you immediately because, of course, they know who you all are. And this particular druid is... Wow, I can't believe we're doing this already. This particular druid is vaguely androgynous, short, human, which is a little weird. There's not a lot of humans in the Veil of Night. Short, kind of slender, has a twisted black staff. Wearing all black clothing, with a green insignia on the front that looks like a leaf. And they greet you, and they say, welcome back, Mistlost. Are you ready to re-enter the Veil? Mm-hmm. Excellent.
As ready as will be.
Yes, please.
We were told to expect you. You may call me Moss.
Love Moss.
Moss.
Please allow me to open the gate for you. And they will take their staff and tap, tap, tap onto the ground. And as they do that, you see that they begin to channel energy into the ground. And the runes on the ground, in a very familiar way, begin to light up in levels, leading up. Dioceses that have been kind of hidden from a distance. And you are in this liminal space once again that leads you from the outside world back into the Veil of Night. The runes that cover the carved stone of this ground area as you ascend the stairs to a particular dais light up with that bright blue color, and the familiar fireflies of energy motes just begin to rise up from the ground all around you in a very familiar scene. The same scene, in fact, that you saw when you left the Veil of Night. What feels like forever ago, but really it was only a month and a couple of weeks. You have only been gone from home for a short period of time, and now you return with the hopes of getting more information and perhaps finding your way to Elysia next. And Moss joins you, entering into the Ward of Night with you all, as... Quite frankly, you cannot leave the barrier or enter the barrier without the help of a specific type of druid. The guards remain outside of the Veil, most of them, except for one. And they also escort you in. Basically, they're kind of like, the guards are watching your back as you enter the Veil to make sure nobody else enters the Veil. And the guard that is escorting you is making sure that you are safe upon entry. You see that there is nobody on the dais on the other side of the ward. It is blessedly back to being eternal night, although it was nighttime when you entered, so it's not a huge difference, but it feels like home. The clear sky and constellations that you are so used to are visible once again, as you have now entered the Veil of Night. And that is where we are going to take our break. So, friends, we are going to take a quick 10 minute, 15, 10 minute break. Everybody stretch, get a little snack. Don't forget to hydrate, and we will see you in 10. Bye. Bye, everybody. Hello, we are back. Let me turn off the Mistlost theme, so I was bopping that while we were AFK.
I mean, we are in the Veil.
Wait, you know what? We are in the Veil. I'm gonna just keep playing it. about
I was
that?
like, it was like, there's no more like appropriate music to
It's
have.
the theme
Great,
song.
it's a banger.
Made for us by Eyes of the Moon Studios, as you can see in the credits on YouTube and also below the stream here. Please commission him for all of the music. Worth every penny. Absolutely incredible composer and great to work with. Ryan, if you're watching, love you, buddy. Yeah, good stuff. So, as you can see, those of you who have joined chat late, who have joined the stream late, there is a synopsis in chat. I typed a little something, because we were getting some questions about what happened so far this episode. And now we'll do a super quick recap for those who have just joining now. So, party met an old wizard on the side of the road, down on his luck. Got robbed, not having a great day, very old man. Sin gave him his boots, and they, gave him a ride on the back of the horse to Blackade. He said he was going to Blackade to find his daughter, and also to investigate what happened at Blackade. Because he was aware that it had become destroyed, but did not know why. You had some conversations with this man while in Blackade after doing some searching around, just in general, for Cygnus Corduroy, the NPC who never was meant to get any attention whatsoever. People just love, oh my goodness! The roaming DM just raided with a party of 8 sweet beans. Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. We are recapping what just happened before the break, so you have great timing. So you found the old man, you helped him to Blackade, which was destroyed by the Festering way back on episode 10, and you returned to the city where you found, or rather Aurora found and spotted, Ichiro, the fox shifter with black fur, who was the owner of the Silken Fox brothel, who interrogated Aurora, drugged her, threatened her, and erased her memory afterwards so that she wouldn't be aware of the information that he extracted from her. Through threats and just generally being a bad guy. He's a bad mamma jamma. He's not a good man. Aurora, at this point in time, being much stronger in her convictions, in her position of power as a magic user, was able to realize that there was a thread in her mind that seemed to be blocking something. And through a series of, through a very good roll, was able to pull on that thread in her mind to undo the, I believe it was modify memory, to remember what happened. Upon remembering, immediately told the party what happened, and that she remembered what Ichiro had done. Kazuhiko left for a brief period of time after learning this to speak to his people, aka to inquire with his spy network to investigate this man. You quickly left Blackade after that point, and decided to, instead of camping outside of Blackade, to push onwards into the night to reach the edge of the Veil of Night, your home. And from there, we're able to enter in through the Ward of Night, the protective bubble of eternal darkness that protects the Veil and all who live within. You are now standing on top of a lit dais, the carved runes into the stone still lit bright blue. Motes of bright blue energy that look almost like fireflies floating all around each of you as you stand here, finally back within your homeland after a month and change. You've seen a lot, you've done a lot, and now you're home.
Sin is immediately different. There's something that changes when he breathes in that air, and even though it's just air, it's everything about it looks different, and he sort of well, if we keep pushing on, we'll get there by morning. Unless you want to just, there's a small amount of space in my home to rest, or we can camp a little further in. There's no real dangers out here.
I'd like to get some sleep before we reach Okurai, if that's okay with everyone else.
Of course.
You should rest.
I can do the hut like right now.
Oops, sorry, clicked on the wrong song.
Do
Moss.
we have any need to move away from here?
I was gonna say Moss and one of the Veil Guard are here nearby, and Moss kind of overhears you saying that, and you can tell that this human can see in the dark. Perhaps they are a variant human. They kind of look to you all, staff in hand, and just kind of, give a little, like a half bow, nothing like too formal, just like a happy to help you this evening. If you are looking for respite, you can certainly camp nearby the dais if you wish, prior to heading further into the Vale, if you wish. Just not on the platform, please. You'll find that your magic will not work quite so well on this stone. The magic is too intense here. It sometimes interferes with spells.
I can camp anywhere. It's up to you guys.
Yeah, let's just move a little bit inwards. Thank you, Moss.
Yes, of course. If you need anything, I'm on the night shift, so I'll be here. Cool. Thanks. Nice meeting you guys. And we'll kind of like toddle off back to their post with the Veil Guard, who is he is a large orcish man, looks tired. But follows after Moss to return to his post as well. And you are free to your own devices. You leave the dais as the bright blue light in the runes carved into the stone begin to fade. And those little motes of light, one by one, flicker out of existence as you step off of the stone.
I have a question.
Yes.
What happened to our horses? Like, are they with us now?
They're with you. Yeah.
Okay, great. So we can go quick once we wake up.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. If that's what you want to do, you can do it. If you prefer, we can hand wave the evening. Obviously, you guys can have conversations and stuff, but you don't need to be on watch here. You're protected in this space, so you don't have to do watches, you don't have to do a rotation. Completely unnecessary while you were in this space. This is safe.
Yeah, I think Sin just wants to check in on Aurora. I feel like everyone might. But...
It is communal,
Definitely.
yes.
I'll give you the vibes everyone sees that makes them want to check on Aurora. Is like, as soon as we decide that we're going to camp, she starts pacing, which is like not something that you've seen her do before. And she seems to have a lot of inner turmoil going through her head as she's walking back and forth. It's like physically agitated.
Seeing this, Nikita will walk up Aurora. She'll outstretch her hand.
Yes.
There's a lot going on. Do you need to talk about it, or do you... What do you need?
A hug.
Of course. And she'll pull her in, give her a kiss on her forehead, and hold her.
And Aurora clings to Nikita, like, full out, just buries her face deep into her as she can. Leans in. And then, after a moment, kind of pulls back and says, I'm not ready to go home yet, but we have to.
I know. You're not going to be alone.
Mm-hmm.
You'll never be alone.
You promise?
I promise.
Okay.
Do you want to...
Oh.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you. Ha, go.
No. Yeah.
We're just a standoff right now.
Charmy's
All right,
Canadian. You're
all
gonna
Alright,
be
you
here
two.
for a
Yeah.
Don't
while.
make me drop a boulder on y'all to get this moving.
I'm gonna make
please.
you do it. I'm gonna make you do it because I think the dog's about to bark.
Okay. I think she was just going to ask, do you need anything right now? Right now, besides, I can still hold you, of course. But, you still need to breathe.
Sorry, dog sound. He's running mad.
He's rebelling against ERP.
Mhm. Dog homophobic confirmed.
Literally.
Right? How dare he? How dare he? Aurora will just say, I think I need help making a choice. In terms of how much I talk to my mom about. Because I want to tell her about what I found out about Dante, but I don't want to get her hopes up.
That is a
But I
smart...
do want to get her hopes up. Because then she'll have hopes that are about me.
I'm sure there is already more than enough hope for you. Again, you were selected for a reason. Don't forget that. Plus, I may be misinterpreting the importance of it all, but fuck what she thinks. You're incredible on your own. We believe in you. And
Aurora is like tears streaming down her face.
shit, fuck, did I say the wrong thing?
Oh, it's really nice. And she hugs Nikita in like a more gentle way this time, and kind of says, I just sometimes I feel like it was accidental that I was here, and that nobody really wanted another one. They already had my sister.
we want you here. I want you here. I don't understand the family dynamic 100%, and I understand that, and I'm sorry if I'm on the line, but you were selected for a reason. You have purpose, and if your purpose is just to hang out, that's also very perfect in its own right, okay?
You're the only one who would think so.
I doubt that. I've kept
Well,
my
no,
eye on you all this time.
Actually, I wouldn't know anything.
Just
I wouldn't know. What
Little-
happened?
Satellite ears.
What happened? Did it move? Did it move? Fucking mid-talk.
No, I'm just saying that's what Dayu did.
Actually,
Alright.
I mean,
Okay,
bunny
roll
ears
them
can hear
out.
pretty great, so.
Exactly.
We're right here. We didn't fucking
Canon.
move either. You're crying.
she was pacing.
Yeah,
Pacing
within
does
6
this.
feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, pacing
Yeah.
is this. You can pace in my
Yeah,
ass room,
sure.
okay? My goodness. Anyways. What the fuck was I saying?
I wasn't expecting full privacy.
No,
There's no privacy
actually,
here.
I wouldn't know anything about Okra because you showed me around. You thought I was a tourist? And kind of I was. But you showed me around. And now I know where like 3 places are for sure. And I know my neighborhood really, really well.
Easy to get lost in the temple district.
Yeah, but now I won't be lost. And I'm not lost. See? Look how helpful you are.
Yes, I've learned a lot more that I can do being with you guys than I did being at home, trying to do what was expected.
I mean, even when your sister did what was expected of her, joined the Veil Guard, she never stopped talking about you whenever she caught me doing something bad. So, you know, very frustrating when you're caught mid graffiti and then it's like, oh my god, do you know what my sister did?
You know what?
I used to pull a lot of pranks on my sister just because, like, it was funny. And she never got mad like mom and dad did. She'd just laugh and make me make it right eventually. I guess it feels more like she's not as far away when you guys are around.
It's a very big compliment.
Very warm.
You'll all like her when you get to meet her. I promise.
If she's anything like you, then I'm sure.
And if you're lying, then you have to buy us drinks.
Oh, of course, darling. Anytime. And
Yeah,
some
we
of
don't
that
really have
old,
to set a stipulation.
Mm.
some of that old joy comes back, and then thinking after a moment, looking around at their environment, Aurora nudges Nikita and says, "You know what I really need?
What?
Some wine."
Do we have any left?
We were doing that already.
We
Hey.
can finish it now. We don't have to ration it. We can get more tomorrow.
very
And
true.
in the
I'm
back, bringing
gonna
out all the
say
wine.
2 bottles maybe we could have managed to save over the past few days of our journey. Because I figure, like, total we probably could have had, like, 7.
Sure.
Like, across the entire party if everyone carried at least 1.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
I think that makes perfect sense, right, DM?
This is
yes.
me trying to justify how much wine we're allowed to have for a week's travel.
Yep, you've got Sure. I thought at some point you guys ran out of wine, but we could pretend that you got
did,
more.
but
We can pretend you got more while you were in the Hellgate Necropolis. Absolutely. The Busty Banshee
Pretty sure
definitely
you guys,
was
like,
we
well
decided-
stocked.
we decided at the fountain that we were going to shop for wine for the journey.
Yeah, so we can. Yeah, you can absolutely do that. We did hand wave the shopping, so you've got wine. Whether you purchased it or stole it remains to be seen.
Who's
Uh-oh.
to say?
Sorry. I'm
Did
sorry.
we lose some wine, or are you fidgeting and through your fidget? What's
I
happening?
dropped my enormous water cup.
Oh, okay.
How big your water cup? No, I want to know.
Yeah, how big
I
the water
respect
cup?
it. I respect it.
Oh, that
I
big
love
water
water
cup.
cups.
About you,
I got
Hi.
small water cup, but it had Kuromi on it.
Oh,
My one is this one's my smaller one, but it has my EVs on it.
Cute. I love that. I want an Eevee cup.
Really cute.
We're having a cup break,
Yeah.
everybody. Oh, nice. Don't forget to drink your water. You can stay hydrated
While you suffer.
While you suffer. That's great.
I love that.
That's so good. How long have we been on the road so far?
Cute.
5 bottles. Fantastic. Yeah, as per usual, like a proper ADHD child, I have 2 drinks here. I've got my
Yes.
water, which I've barely touched, and my soda, which is my second one tonight.
I had my second drink. I put it away because I'm eating ice cream now.
Oh,
So-
nice. What a boss move. Anyway, yes,
Listen.
you got wine. It's totally reasonable, and we all squirreled out because we were talking about drinks, and now we're like, look at my bottles. Look at
Yeah,
my
also the
trinkets,
bottle made a
everybody. Look
loud
at my
sound.
Sticker
trinkets.
though.
Whoops.
Open a boy
Savvy.
with the cold ones, baby.
Ooh,
Oh.
boy.
Oh.
That's kind of
Classic.
sexy,
I love that we
though.
all love teeth and we all love necks.
I mean,
I like- I'm not gonna say what I like. Actually.
maybe both at the same
There's-
time.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
All right,
Anyway.
lock it in. Lock it in.
Yeah,
World coming
stop.
back.
So yes, you have wine. You're camping. You're having a very heartfelt conversation. We're no longer talking about cups. And go.
Or necks.
Aurora encourages everyone
Hold on,
to.
I'm gonna roll some dice
in-
really quick for Madi specifically.
What would I do?
Oh, God.
It's your turn to have trauma. While you're thinking about teeth and necks and probably tits, you're gonna
I
get something
deserve
else.
this.
I just wanted to convince everyone to get
I
lit.
just want to ask
safe.
Mari, because as we
You
get
all
lit,
can get absolutely drunk. You can definitely do
Yeah.
that if you want.
Sweet.
how obvious has Nikita's like stare at Sin been over the last 3 days of the journey out there?
You have either been met with, unless it's situational, right? Because if things are intense, like for example with Ichido, it was kind of like, okay, I could drop this. But you have been met with like an iciness from her, and if you meet eyes, she'll just it's like it's loaded, it's charged, but she'll won't give you eye contact.
Oh. Okay, so if it's okay, once we start drinking, Sin, in his loosey-goosiness of being home, it will go over to sit next to Nikita and say, I really feel like you either want to kill me or fuck me right now. So can we get over this before we get home?
You really would like that, wouldn't you?
Not the killing part.
I wouldn't kill you, Sin.
I know. I'm much too lovable for that.
I will be honest. I haven't liked your behavior for the last few days that we had back there. Before we left for blockade.
Very reasonable. I don't think it was very honorable of me.
But then out of nowhere, you had like a change of heart. What the fuck happened?
Oh, so
I know that face.
so do you remember the children that we met before we left? That
Of course.
that I was drinking. While I was out here, I decided that I had wasted a lot of time, and that I wanted to ask them if, after this journey, if they wanted me to adopt them officially.
That's really big, Sin.
Yes. So when I heard that something might be going on over here, and I was literally had the letters written that day to send ahead, I sort of lost my mind.
Sort of. I was about to beat your ass.
I would have deserved it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so it doesn't excuse anything. But I was worried that I wouldn't be right to be a father after blowing up like that and doing reckless things. And then I spoke with Kazuhiko. And I feel more hopeful now.
What did he say that was so captivating?
That he thought I would be a great father.
You would. In the small time I saw you with them, I mean... Frank.
I also did kiss him.
Nice. He's hot.
He is. Very lovely man. I really didn't expect it. I said it mostly as a joke of like, haha, yes, my good friend. You know, what if I wanted a kiss from you? And then he was like, is that what you want? And then I panicked. And then we kissed. Nice.
Accurate timeline of events.
Funny how that works out for you, huh?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, it was either going to be me fighting you to calm you the fuck down, or I guess another source, but I mean, that makes sense as well. That's another way to kill your tension.
We could still fight. Because I don't know if this feels very, I don't know, relieving for you. You didn't get to take out your own steam.
There are other ways.
I am happy to explore any avenue with you. If that is something that you would like.
Maybe when we hit the city, I'll think about it.
Understood?
Sin, I want you to know,
Yes.
as much as you can piss me the fuck off, I truly do trust you and I respect you.
I admire, trust, and respect you as well.
And I do enjoy having you around. I should say that too.
Thank you. I am really striving to remember that often.
And if you ever have the need to get rid of tension, just come to me. I'll help you out.
Understood. I do have to put you on your ass after all.
Good luck.
Oh, I won't need luck. I've gotten a lot stronger and a lot faster.
She'll just look at your height. Like, she'll look down at you.
He will, if she looks down, he leans in as close as he can get without kissing her. And sort of like squints his eyes with like a very like almost, it's a very confident, bordering on arrogance and he says, "Taking down things larger than you, darling."
And there's like a fire in her eyes. There's like the, I don't know, third or fourth time you like size her up this close to her.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll, with that same fire though, she'll just give you a little kiss on your nose.
The confidence, the arrogance, bashful in a second, and he's just like, "That's cheating."
What? That's all it took.
I was expecting fire, not.
Hmm.
That was nice. I'll expect it next time, apparently. You're gonna cheat.
I'm
On the
sorry,
other side of the
I.
hut, you hear Kazu go, "It's really not cheating, it counts."
You're
He's right.
all watching this in the hut, like.
Oh yeah, we're all, everybody's present, and, you
It's a
know.
hut.
It's all hut.
It's all
Aurora has
hut.
started her own drinking game where every time she feels the sexual tension bubbling, she's taking a drink. So she is lit.
Oh no!
Oh no! That's
Like that was like
spicy.
10 in the past 5 minutes.
Fucking dead.
Oh my god. Okay. So you're all getting litty, especially Aurora.
I'm not getting too
And
lit. I
Aurora-
have to keep the hut up.
Yeah, true.
Classic day.
Designated.
Imagine you
Hut
lose concentration
maintainer.
because you get too drunk.
No, see, it's a ritual. See.
Oh, right,
it's a ritual. It's a ritual, right? But the issue is, I have to stay in here. So I get too drunk, I walk outside, like.
Goodbye.
That's actually
Everyone-
such a good point.
Because she's a wanderer. That's so funny.
Yeah, I like. Oh
You
my,
are a
oh
wanderer.
my god. Yeah, no, I get a little bit more. Just I want to say, I get 25% lit. I'm Dayu's sitting on people's laps, like just.
Oh.
Oh
yeah,
no, please stop.
she's. They places
Kazuhiko in the corner.
Terrible.
Oh no, how terrible.
Yeah, no, like I'm sitting on this man's lap. I'm holding some other bitch's hand. The other bitch is Aurora, and then we're like watching all this happen. And the whole time she's like looking. She's like, okay, what's happening? They got a fuck in front of us. There's not enough space.
Did
There's
she
not
actually
enough
say that?
space.
But they can make out. They can make out.
Down the corner.
That's
Kazu pipes up and he says, "You say there isn't enough space, but there kind of is. Technically.
Okay, well,
He's
An
right.
experience or
step out. I would have to stay in here in the corner while they.
By you.
I mean,
You
they
don't
can
have to
leave.
step out.
They can leave the hut if they need to leave the hut."
Yeah.
I did say when we got to the city, guys. I mean, it's not that big a deal.
Okay, some
all
of
seen
us
each other naked.
weren't listening.
Patient. Yes, we've
Sure.
all seen each other naked.
Multiple times.
I don't think you guys have seen Kazu naked, have you?
When we took a bath in the river.
I have.
Oh yeah, when you guys bathed in the river. Yes, you did. You did get to see Kazuhiko in all his glory. Yes. Listen, I wrote him for the women.
For the whirlwind.
For the worm.
Gotcha.
He is a
It's for the
man
boils.
not written by a man, if you know what I mean.
It's hot.
Yes. Super hot. Anyway, do you ask Kazu if that's from experience?
Yes,
He just kind of looks at you like, "Are you really asking me that question?"
absolutely, I am.
Yes.
I knew it.
I
Not
wasn't
you.
a monk for 2 years.
Oh, I thought that you were implying that you had fucked in the hut.
In the
while
hut
we
with
were
us solo.
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah,
I mean,
that's what
I retract
that's
that.
what
He
we're
looks
getting
at Dayu. I think that would be best to not. Everybody just kind of Everybody sips their wine at the same time.
Apparently you want to be a father. How many kids you want?
Oh,
Do you really want to start while we're in the middle of a journey, darling?
No.
I didn't think so.
It's good to be patient.
Ask me again when we're done with this job.
Y'all say patient, but Malin's like yapping in my ear.
That's just because Malin wants.
Malin is totally standing next to you, and she's like, when was the last time I said anything about wanting nieces and nephews? It's been a while, okay? I am not saying anything right now. And Kazu is just kind of smirking because he can see and hear the whole thing.
He does something remotely fine, and you go, wow, he's gonna be a great dad. Like, I already know. Never mind, Dayu's real fucked up now.
Yep.
Kazu, who is still mostly sober, for everybody's context, occasionally Maylin likes to remind Dayu that I apparently am good father material, which is really nice to hear, by the way. Thank you for the compliment. He looks at Maylin as a form of teasing her sister. I don't think it's a bad thing to remind you of that, but, you know, knowledge for the future.
got a lot of prospective parents here. Not
He
the
shrugs.
conversation I expected.
He just kind of shrugs.
I mean, in theory, we would be married by now, probably with.
Yeah, in theory,
If timelines
worked out.
followed, yeah.
When you
That's
say
okay.
timelines, Sin makes the weirdest drunk awkward face ever.
Everybody, insight check.
Yeah, I was like,
I'm like,
With disadvantage, because you're
What
all
was that?
drunk.
no.
I'm
Yeah.
Disadvantage, because you're all drunk. Kazu's gonna roll as well.
oh, okay.
Come
wait,
on.
What are the
Checking
odds
on
that I
me.
got the same number on both dice?
I rolled a 5
What
and
kind
an
of check?
18.
Insight
Ooh,
at disadvantage.
Insight. 5 and 18, that's wild.
So that's a 6.
Disadvantage.
14 at
Wow.
disadvantage.
Nice.
Wow.
10.
Let's see. Insight. Poor Kazu only got a 10 as well. The Red Fang / Silverhair household is on the same footing once again. 14. Sin.
Mhm.
What is your passive? I have to look at your character sheet. Hold, please.
No worries. Passive
Nope. Passive deception, which is not on your sheet.
Oh.
I'm looking at your charisma score.
Is that just 10 plus my deception?
Oh, damn, you're,
I'm very charismatic, is the thing.
Yes. Aurora, what did you roll again?
14.
Yeah, Sin just made a weird face, and it seems a little sus. You're not quite sure, because you're drunk, because you're not totally sure what caused the look, but the look is being made. So
Sin
you can
gets
tell
directly-
something is sus, but not why.
Directly into Sin's head, they get, "What's that face for?" with the message spell.
Okay, this is gonna be, I am gonna actively deceive you and, return back, it's weird thinking about being, like, bodily pregnant. And that's what Sin says. If that's okay, I don't know.
I just use my passive.
Girls, run these worlds! Thank you for a raid with 12 sweet beans. You have fantastic timing. We're talking about children, and all of the characters are drunk. and while camping for the night. So we're having heartfelt conversations and talking about starting families.
And the process.
I guess the party cool is planning on having children in the future.
It takes a village.
So it takes a village, you know? It really does. I guess that's probably a pretty good way to have a family. Anyway, hi everybody, welcome on in. If you don't know me, I am Mandy, or the Mandy. I am the Dungeon Master this evening, and we are doing some homebrew D&D goodness. Our party has just gone through the first arc of the campaign, and they have finally returned home after a little over a month of traveling and going through dungeons and finding out terrible things and having terrible things happen to them.
Almost dying.
They are and almost dying multiple times, and lots of terrible things. And so, they have finally returned home, are camping just inside the barriers of their home nation, the Veil of Night, which is protected by a protective bubble of night, literal night. And have decided to camp for the evening before going to the capital city of Okurai. And they're all drunk off their asses and having heartfelt conversations. So that's where we're at right now. Everybody get cozy, and thanks for coming in.
But yes, that is the lie I tell you.
Does that mean that I accept this? Like, or do I?
I don't know. Do you accept this at face
Oh,
value?
I'm not gonna make you roll
Like,
again.
do I
it's up
against
to you.
my passive, or okay?
Yeah, do you want me to roll perception this time since it's active?
Yeah, since it's active, roll either deception or persuasion. You don't have to say which.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
16.
And I'll do mine disadvantage,
Insight.
right?
Insight at disadvantage, yes, because you are drunk.
You want to know what's really funny? I rolled a 3 and a 2.
Love.
So 3
Okay.
is the total.
Sin, did you roll higher than a 3?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Oh my
Excellent.
god, another World Tabletop. We have another raid already. Back-to-back raids. Another World Tabletop. Welcome in. Raiding with a party of 11 sweet beans. I did just do my spiel, but hi, I'm Mandy. If you don't know who I am, look at the things down below the stream. We're playing a homebrew D&D game, and we're in the middle of drunken revelry, I suppose.
And my character is gullible.
So gullible.
Very.
I feel like we need like a music change to sound like the tavern, even though you're not at the tavern because you're partying right now.
We are the party.
Yeah, you know what? Let's do that.
Just rave lights coming out of the hut.
Lay down a tune.
She does.
Yeah,
We're like,
absolutely.
Let's the bard thing. Let's go.
Where is the fucking? I need to find the music for this now. What is this song?
We're gonna find out.
Yeah.
Yeah. This works.
Aurora,
Okay, cool.
you say that. Dayu grabs the loot by she's still sitting, so she grabs the loot. It's not a loot. The Pippa flips it
not
on.
the Pippa.
Fucking goes. Mm-hmm.
Peppa Pig.
Right. Fucking bam. No, a Pippa is a Chinese loot.
I know. I'm sorry.
We're so coordinated. We're doing great, guys.
Drunken bard playing the Pippa. You can't even remember the name of your instrument. You're so drunk. Does anybody want to do anything else before we close out this scene?
Go,
Drunken
Aurora.
fights or making out or talking about having children together again?
What? Yeah.
What's up?
I love a party
Sleeping.
kill. That's all I'll
Good,
say
yeah.
about that. You all have a nice long rest, just in time for me to find the party music for you all. You go to sleep. You pass out drunk, probably in a giant cuddle puddle, which is
Absolutely.
always fine. Yeah, you wake up refreshed in the morning. And we are going to shift the music here. I don't remember
Like,
what
mark
music.
that down for our next party. 'cause
Yeah.
Huh?
I feel like
What?
we gotta run that back.
And
Mark
run
the
what back?
song down for our next party.
It's called Jalandar.
Jalandar,
Right.
write that down.
Jalandar is a big vibe.
It is kind of a vibe. I have it labeled as for Fae encounters, so if you hear this again, maybe it will be Fae related.
This sounds very close to Chinese instruments though, as like,
It is.
string instruments. So it's quite fun. Like I was like, oh shit, is
Yeah,
that?
that's why I was like, oh, this is great.
I was like, this is actually it. They fucking it up on her boyfriend's lap.
Okay.
Yeah?
Well, yeah, I'm not
Phrasing?
getting up.
Phrasing?
I'm not getting up.
Phrasing?
What
My
phrasing?
No phrasing.
Phrasing? Are we not doing
Listen.
phrasing anymore? Okay, fine.
No
We're not doing phrasing
no,
anymore.
I'm cool with that.
We are too fucked
If
up.
we had dollar
Actually-
bills, guys.
That brings up a fantastic point.
What?
Yep, we're doing this.
What? What are we doing?
we're
What?
doing
What?
Something.
We're moving.
Standing.
Something. I am standing.
I'm so scared right now.
I have good reason to stand.
Why?
Because
Oh
this
my
is
God.
important. Dayu,
What?
my darling,
Oh my god, is it a boulder?
you. Not the boulder.
Listen. We've been joking, but I'm ready.
I gotta go. Bye. I gotta go. I gotta fucking leave now. The DM has left the fucking building. No, it is absolutely not that. Dayu. Before everybody wakes up in the morning, you have a dream.
Oh boy.
A familiar dream.
Huh.
You were standing in the middle of a large body of water. On top of the surface, strewn with stars. And you look up, and there's only stars. Endless. Endless night. And as per usual, the ripple of the water emanates from where you stand, ring after ring after ring into eternity, and you fall backwards into the water. And as you fall into this dreamlight state, you emerge on the other side where a figure awaits you. A very tall tiefling woman with large horns that curve forward, beautiful purple skin strewn with constellations and very long hair that flows so long and so far that it becomes the water that you are standing on top of. As the star manifests in your dream. And she sees you, and she says, "Welcome home."
Oh. Oh, hello. Oh no, I've been slacking. I'm sorry.
She just kind of like tilts her head. "What do you mean?"
My prayers have been wonky.
"Wonky."
Mm.
Oh, you mean the fact that you prayed to Nissos? My old friend Nissos?
No, I mean I've been slacking on yours.
Oh, well.
But it was harder. There wasn't, like, no moon.
She thinks for a second. The moon? Well, the moon is but part of my purview. You may always pray to me wherever you are if you wish. But I'm not offended or anything like that, of course.
Mm.
I just wanted to
Okay,
check in on you because it's been a while.
Mhm. Mhm.
I feel like that's a song somewhere. It's been a while. Not quite sure what that means. Sounds familiar, though. She kind of looks at you. Dayu.
Yes.
I feel you are about to learn some things. my dear. And some of those things may be difficult for you and your friends.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want you to be safe. You were put here for a reason, and I would like for that to continue. She smiles.
Safe how?
Safe in general. You know, your sister. And you think of Mei Lin, and there she is, standing next to you. Your sister has great potential, even in her current state. And so do you. And that will only grow with time. The two of you were born for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
And as I said, I would like for that to continue. So, know that I am watching over you, and do not be afraid.
Could you watch over my friends too? Some shit just happened, and I think they're gonna need it.
She, almost in a human way, hesitates. Your friends. Yes. They have other forces watching over them. But I will keep an eye, as ever, as always. You are children of the night. Therefore, you are important to me, each and every one of you. Even the mysterious one. And the first image that comes to your mind is Revelation.
Mm-hmm. That you literally does a literal teehee. Yeah, no, I figured you would say that.
She might need me more than you do at some point. But we'll see.
That's okay with me.
I know she has been unkind, but some cannot help their nature. And I fear that your friend is one of those people.
I don't mind it too much. It's just unkindness. It goes away.
That's fair. And it could happen. But she just kind of sighs. I just wanted to see you face to face, since it has been a while.
I was going to see you properly at the temple tomorrow.
I will be there.
Mm-hmm.
You may not fall into this space while you are awake, but I will be there. I am always there. Even when cities crumble to dust and races are forgotten, timelines shift, societies change, I will always be there.
You should be. That makes sense.
Light
is constant.
It is.
Somewhere.
And I think that means that you have nothing to fear from the night, as you well know.
Mm-hmm. Definitely more comfortable in it.
Yes, I could tell. All of you are much more relaxed now. And that is good.
I'm debating on asking you a question.
Ask away. Whether or not I can answer remains to be seen. There are rules, you know. And though I am the one who made those rules, I should follow them.
It's a bit of a harsh question, but
Please.
do you know if I've been dead before?
What a complex question. Everyone has been dead before. At least once. Souls recycle and lives begin anew. So, technically, in the grand scheme of things, certainly. You personally? No.
Back to the drawing board.
Why do you ask such a question? Is it
So,
because of Nissos?
yes. You said before that the first time we met, I was too small to remember.
You were a baby.
And, and all of his were Sentinel's followers. I'm not sure what they would want to be classified
The Sentinels.
as.
Well, they're not really his followers per se. They're more his sword, his fist, his force.
Yes. And they like to say I should be dead a lot.
They have become aware. Of course, Nissos has not addressed this. She rolls her eyes a little bit. Although it's a weird thing to see her roll her eyes, because she's got, like, big alien eyes, but you can see she just kind of, like a person does. Oh, typical Nissos. He's a lot less
like
fun without his wife around. I will say that.
He doesn't like answering a lot of questions either. He's very, you'll find out when you do, which is okay.
He's not wrong.
I don't mind that, but I know that I'm also in like a bet or a game, and I just want to know what the rules are.
Oh, he told you about that, did he? She looks annoyed. I see.
Very barely. I'm not asking for like, you know, the plot.
You want to know the rules? The rules are to keep doing what you're doing and don't pry. You asked. You want do you want a harsh answer to a harsh question? That is to keep living your life the way you have been. Nissos should not have told you that. I could take it from you if you wish. If you prefer not to know.
No, I don't mind.
Fair enough.
It's already
It's your choice.
done.
As you wish.
Nothing we can we can't. I mean, yes, you can definitely take it from me, but I would rather have it. It's just there.
As you wish. If it causes you too much distress, I may ask you again. It is... How do I say this without making things worse? It is not always easy on mortals to become aware of cosmic fate. Many oracles, in fact, go mad with the knowledge. That is why there are not many oracles living. They often, for lack of a better term, end things. Or ask to have their powers taken. Seeing beyond the veil, so to speak, is difficult for the mortal psyche. But there are those who can see all and still function as they did prior. I believe that you are one of those people, but it will take time to grow into it. If it were up to me, you would not know yet. And to be fair, I knew what your potential was when I made the bet. She smiles.
You made the bet?
Of course I did. I bet on you.
Oh my god.
You are destined for greatness, my dear. Why do you think I spend my time on you?
Because
do
I was
not do
born
this
under a
for-
special star.
You were?
I just assumed. Yeah, I just assumed that's why.
Gee, I wonder who orchestrated such a thing. She smiles.
The implications of that are pretty sinister.
Sinister? No. This age needs heroes, and you are one of those heroes. At least, I like to believe that that is what you are.
Oh boy. Big shoes to fill. I don't even wear shoes. Do I need to wear shoes in the snow?
No. You can if you want. It would make it easier to move around. Especially this time of year. Those horses you got probably shouldn't be brought with you to Elysia.
Are they not gonna make it if we bring them?
The snow will be too deep. In some areas, depending on where you go. I recommend leaving them here when you depart.
That makes sense.
Dayu.
Okay. Yes.
I know it is a lot. And I know much is expected of you, and you don't understand any of it or why. But you will. Have faith.
Okay. Am I gonna go now?
You are.
Is our time done? Okay. I'm ready. I'm good.
Are you sure? You look like you have
I
another
think-
question.
No, it's okay. Because I need to be patient. And
Good,
have
because
faith.
I'm going to do something a little bit mean. Just a
Oh,
little
God.
bit. And she boops your snoot.
No.
And you fall back into wakefulness. And when you do, you remember that you spoke to the star, but you don't remember what she said. Other than
Motherfucker.
to have faith. And to keep doing what you're doing.
Do I even know about the horses? Or are we gonna get these guys killed?
You have a strong instinct that the horses don't need to come with you to Elysia.
Okay, thank God. I was about to be like, we talked about the horses, and then she makes me forget about the horses. We're gonna kill them. No. I gotta save Charles.
Not Charles. Yeah. So you, you wake up and you don't remember the bet. You don't remember everything she said about Nissos. You don't remember her shit-talking Nissos. And you are plucked out of your dream with the sentiment of, have faith, everything will be fine, and you got this, basically. Her little... you remember the pep talk parts. Mm-hmm. Yes, you got a cosmic snoot boop. Mm-hmm. From Mumther.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna crawl out of whoever
Can I get some
I'm
Mumthers
on.
in chat, please? Can I get some creeps in chat? She creeping.
Yes.
She watching. She always there.
She creeping.
Mumther.
I love her so much. I love her so much.
I also love her very much. So you awake with everybody else. You get ready. You gather your horses. And you head into Okurai. And we can hand wave stabling the horses after you reach the gates.
Dayu super insistent. God told me.
God told me we have to stable the horses.
We have to stable the horses. They won't make it.
Yeah.
God told me that.
Mm-hmm.
The purple god.
The purple god, yes. She told you. So, what is the... Actually, I should have changed the music. Blah, blah, blah. I think this is the right music. I don't remember. It's been over a year. Yeah, I think this is it. So you enter the gates of Okurai, the ringed city. We don't have one more multiverse right now, so I can't share the map, but if you all look at the map channel,
What time of day is it?
It is morning.
What time of night is it?
Fuck off.
It is. Ha 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 ha.
Sorry.
It is morning. But as per usual, within the Veil of Night, it is nighttime looking, even though it is morning hours. But it is the typical morning hours that you would expect outside of the Veil as well. Your clock isn't different in Okurai or the Veil of Night in general.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, so you go to the map. It is in the maps channel. You just have to scroll up just a little bit. Yeah, I posted this for y'all January 18th of 2023.
Holy shit.
Yep. Yep. So that was when I sent you the maps for Okurai. So you are currently at the southeastern gate of the city, so the bottom right corner, near the guard station there. There is stables just inside the gate. You are let in easily. People know who you are. The Veil Guard all, of course, know who you are, whether you have Aurora or not, because you are the group that was sent out to the outside world by the Kaligo Shirei, and that's a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
You pass by on the left-hand side, the Hoshi tea house, as you enter the gate. You know that ahead of you in the next ring in, the more kind of, or less residential, more business-oriented ring of the city, you know that the Moonlight clinic is there, Asker's Apothecary, and the house of, I think it's Mezumaru, if I'm remembering right. It's the Enchanter building. And you know, if you take this road straight past all of those things to the center of the city, you will reach the Setask, if that is where you wish to go.
Bring up to the group. My mother said to hurry and not delay. Would
Oh my
you
God,
be willing
Stella.
to?
Thank you for the raid, sorry. With a party of
Oh,
31 sweet beans. So
No.
nice tonight. Thank you so much. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome. Hi, Stella. I hope you had a fantastic stream. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Mandy, or the Mandy, professional game master, things and stuff. We're playing homebrew D&D, and we have just reached the capital city of the homeland of our lovely player characters here, or most of them anyway, the starting area for the campaign. So 39 episodes in, and we are back home for the moment. Sorry, Aurora, please continue.
Oh, yes. Would you be willing to go first to find her and see why before we do whatever else? I just want to get it over with.
Of course. As far as I'm concerned, we were not summoned by the Kaligo Shirei necessarily, but this seems urgent.
No, you were not summoned by the Kaligo Shirei. You were summoned by Captain Incineratus.
Mm-hmm.
Captain.
Captain.
So Aurora will encourage the group to head forward, but as we're moving through town, we'll just pull up beside Nikita. Will you just hold my hand
Of course.
when we're there? I think I have to be as professional as possible to prove that I have done something worthwhile. And maybe not share everything I know yet, in case it doesn't work out the way I want it to.
If your intent is to provide a report, I mean, we were successful in our first stop. So, I mean, we could
We
look
were
at it that
successful, but I wasn't. I'm not done yet. But we're going back out, so.
Well, no, Aurora, the math isn't mathing. If we, the group, are successful, you, a part of the group, is successful, you are successful.
way. We did this with you.
Mm.
We did this together.
You're the
If
one
you weren't
that got
there-
the thing to work too with your blood. We were not gonna get that.
We did it together. You're right. I know you're right. But when I left, I told my mom I'd be back with Dante. And
then your mom called you to come here. She cut you short.
Exactly.
That's her problem, not yours.
okay.
It's not like you've given up.
If you gave up, then it'd be worse. Then it'd be way worse. Then you're allowed to feel as shitty as you do now. Stop feeling like shit. Feel better.
Yes.
Wow.
I said feel better. The overlay changed.
Yeah. But you changed the overlay with your
Oh my god.
Wait, what?
The overlay changed.
We're on a completely different screen.
Yes, you are.
Oh
I'm
god.
You
screwed.
are. That's because I'm
Okay.
putting the map up
Oh.
on the stream.
Oh, I see.
Okay,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
I
okay.
understand.
It,
It took me out.
it got me good. I'm so sorry.
That was so funny.
Mhm.
Yeah, did I mess you up a little bit? Huh?
No, it felt like I said I was like, stop feeling like shit. Be better. And then the overlay changed as if to agree.
Reinforced.
Anyway, so this is it, guy. This is the ringed city.
Let's drop my guys.
Hopefully you won't need any. Aurora is reassured by her pep talk, but is clinging to Nikita.
Aw.
Vice grip.
Vice grip.
She'll hold on with her.
You know, you can also think about it this way. When we're done, we can go shopping for clothes.
We're going to need it.
We could go shopping.
We need winter clothes. And Aurora, I don't know how to dress for the winter.
Wow, what a
goddess.
good question.
My goddess told me that I didn't really need boots. That's like, I remember 5 things about our last meeting.
But you don't ever wear boots.
I know, but I was asking anyways. I wore boots in the swamp because I don't want swamp in my toe beans. But I don't know if I don't know what would snow
You need
in
bunny
the...
boots.
He's looking at her feet, like, just snow in the toes must be unpleasant.
Saying you won't get cold?
That sounds terrible.
That's what she's saying, yeah. I mean, like, if it's too much snow, then maybe I have... See, do you see? I need help!
Well,
What did you do when it
if you need
snowed
help,
here the last 2 years?
I can make it warmer near you to melt snow.
It's colder.
Yeah.
If you want,
Just little
Oh.
flames.
I think we should collaborate on this. I could help with the efficiency part, and you can help with the aesthetic because you're very good at that.
Thanks. So you gotta tell us what things keep people warm and what kind of stuff we should wear when it's cold, and I'll decide on what looks good on Dayu. And anyone else who wants to go shopping. I think we all need clothes, don't we? Except for maybe you, Nikita.
I'd like a revamp. Why not?
Okay.
You guys have made it fun.
Sin, you gonna help?
Yes, I would like some assistance.
Are you
Even
all?
though I do have my own winter clothing. But first, we need to go see your mother.
Mm-hmm.
You're
We'll help you
right.
with the coping part first.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I've already told you how highly I think of you, and these two will talk your ego up even larger. And I love it.
Is that jealousy in your voice?
No, that is sincere adoration for that smile that you put on her face.
It's gay.
That's so gay, and I love it.
Okay, guys, let's go to my house.
Okay, so
Have you ever been to a palisade?
Have we been there before? I think we.
I can't remember if they
I
came
think-
in or just stopped outside.
I've broken into your house a couple times. On a dare.
Yes, of course.
oh
believe
my
it.
god. Yeah, you have. That's true. That's accurate.
I've been to
Um,
one.
Like both
very-
in and out.
Probably.
Hmm.
I've been to one very big house here, but it was under very different pretenses. It was the funeral.
Oh,
Funerary rites. I did that for 2 years.
You did.
right. I guess that's why I didn't see you around town that much.
I was at I was doing funerals, and then I was at our Mother of the Lost Shrine, and those were my two main places. Sometimes I went to the apothecary for lizards, but that's different.
For the zoots? For the what?
For lizards.
Lizards.
Hmm.
I'm somehow
I
more
still don't
confused.
get it.
Lizards.
Our
Lizards
one
are-
brain cell.
I would trade lizards with.
I have to ask, are they dead or alive?
Sometimes dead, sometimes alive, usually petrified. They're really cool.
That's-
And actually, you could. Well, okay, they're really cool. Sometimes you can use the little bones as a part of funerary rites as well.
Okay.
And yeah. And if they were alive,
Okay.
I keep them.
Kazuhiko kind of pipes up at this point and is like, maybe we should walk and talk a little bit.
Oh, yeah. You go.
Let's get moving, shall we? And he will. You guys drop off the horses. You head down. You actually, honestly, heading down this main thoroughfare in the same direction you were already gonna go leads to the palisade. The palisade is right next to the set task.
Also, question.
Yes.
I don't remember. Has Kazu been to the Vale before?
Yes. He has been to the Vale before. As a
Emissary?
Yeah, as an emissary, I would say of the Red Fang clan, but also because there's a not insignificant number of shifters in the Veil of Night community, and at least amongst the fox shifter people or other predatory-oriented shifters in general in the Southmore region, Kazuhiko is an important figure because of, him going to eventually inherit and take over for Foxden. And so he has been here as an envoy before on behalf of his father and his mother. I would say Dayu, Kazu did reveal to you probably during talks while on the road that he has been to the Veil of Night in the time you've been apart. And you
I wanted
perhaps just missed each other.
Yeah. Again, Dayu didn't. Dayu has, I want to say, explored. Explored. I want to say 33% of Okura. She was very, very dead centered on doing a job and stuff like that, and just staying where she felt comfortable, which was the temple districts. Yeah. So
Absolutely.
unless he ever went, they would have never run into each other.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he did not go to those things, and that's why you guys never ran into each other during that time by accident. So you continue down the main thoroughfare, passing by the shops and various things, and so much of the city is exactly the same as it was before. The lanterns have been lit, the streets are clear, the people are happy. It is a peaceful city, and before long you reach the center of the city, where there is the private sanctum of the Lore Keepers. House Brightflame is located in this area, the Incineratus Palisade, and the Setesk, as well as the headquarters for the Veil Guard. And as you approach the neighborhood in which the palisade sits, Aurora, memories begin to flood back to you of the last time you spoke with your parents before leaving the city. And you think about the letter and you wonder, what on earth would have prompted her to summon you with no context? And that is where we will end for tonight. We are going to move into confessionals, and then we will talk about our upcoming schedule and things to expect, both on this channel and other channels. So we are going to move directly into confessionals. No, you don't get a break. We're going to move right to Aurora.
I think continuing off of that moment where we left Aurora, she's standing there and she's thinking about all of the other times before that she stood before the entrance to her home, working up the strength to go in and talk to her mom, to work through whether she's going to receive disappointment or scolding or just a simple instruction. And standing there with all of that going through her head, she's staring at the doors and she just says, "So much harder coming home, knowing you're not inside." It's so much more bearable in the Palisade when you're home, Dante. I just wish you'd come home with me. And then she steels herself to walk through the doors.
Moving on to Nikita.
One thing at a time. We handle this. We handle the set desk. We handle winter clothes. And we go the way I came. Being back here is... It's nice because it feels simpler when I was just bitching at Sin because he was pulling a prank with the lamp lights. And also, it was a time where I could not muster up the courage to tell the Veilguard leaders that my father died for 5 years. I can do this. How hard could it be? It's just, I process it in the bathhouses. I process it with the family. I could just, the group. That's what I meant to say. I could do this. I think. And that's it.
Aw, moving on to Sen.
Alright, so I need you to send this to Gaudre. Gaudre lives in the residential sector on the western side. Mirthal should live there as well. But in case he is out near the orphanage, please, this I know I'm giving you a whole 2 gold, please. So you're gonna go and send this to Mirthal at the orphanage. You're going to send also summons to Rui, Van, and I believe Tani has been training separately. So if you please, you know them, you know, and he's like stuffing like a couple notes into this like courier's hand with like 2 gold that like Sin barely had like 2 silvers to like rub together when he lived here, and now he's very different. And he's just like, all right, so just send it to these people. I'm going to be near the palisade, please. And that's Sinark.
I will say the courier accepts the money, accepts your notes, gives you a little salute, and heads off into the city. Moving on to Dayu.
Oh, I'm so sorry. It hurts. It pains me to let you go, but you'll be safe here, Charles. You'll be so safe, and you... Sorry. And you'll be taken care of here. And you can... There's so many other horses here. Maybe you can find a lady horse, or a man horse, or a genderless horse. You could just have such a good life here. And if we can, I'll be back for you. You just don't give me that face. I'm gonna miss you so much, Charles. That's it. That's my confessional.
I can't believe you right now. Anyway,
I would die for you, actually.
This is the real Pink Pony Club. You're so right for that, Charmy. Really quick before we raid out, probably over to the wonderful, incredible, amazing friends over at Magic RPG. We will be back next week, hopefully with the entire cast, I hope, because it's a very important episode and you do not want to miss episode 40. As for other things, Tuesday I will be on Magic RPG for the 4th episode of Ignite Recall, our Scum and Villainy campaign with a very fun twist. Guess what? Our characters don't know who they are. We don't know our own backstories, and we're finding out along with the audience as we recover from weird amnesia in space. So come watch us on Tuesdays over on Magic RPG, which is the channel we are about to raid into, and then we'll be back on Wednesday. Right here. Same bat time, same bat channel, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You don't want to miss episode 40. I promise you. Every 20 episodes, more than likely, is gonna be a big deal. So we will see what happens next week. And thank you all for being here. Thank you especially to my incredible players. You are all amazing. You make my job so easy, and I love every minute of it. Thank you for all of the raids. We had so many raids tonight. Stella, Another World Tabletop, Girls Run These Worlds. Who else? There were so many raids. I can't even
roaming
think
GM.
of them all. Roaming GM. And I think there was another one, maybe possibly. Anyway, thank you. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the subs. Thank you for the bits. All the things and stuff. Yeah, mega shopping montage. That's totally what's happening next week. It's not gonna be that. I promise you. There will be no shopping. And maybe episode 41. We'll see. So, thank you all for being here. You're all incredible. Don't forget to love each other, eat a snack, hydrate, and we are going to raid over into Magic RPG. So please join us in this raid. This channel, two of us participate in quite a bit. I am a cast member over there and also a GM for the channel. Top-notch stuff. If you like what I do, you're going to love Magic RPG. So yeah, stay chaotic. We'll see you guys next week. Bye, everybody. Bye. Everybody be good or don't, whatever. Bye.